Y'all, no intro here. Cody Rhodes is a jobber, okay? He is an official jobber, and he is one of the worst WWE champions of all time. We opened up this episode of SmackDown with one of the worst promos that I've ever seen from a champion in my life. I grew up with John Cena on the mic as champion, Randy Orton, Triple H, Undertaker, even Jeff Hardy, who's not an amazing promo worker, but dang it, he was way better than this garbage. And at the end of the day, Cody does the same thing. He's a bot now. He just goes out there and says, Randy Orton, thank you, I appreciate you, I would not be here without you, and if you were here, I know you would be proud of me, and I'd be proud of you, and I just want to say I thank you and hope for your recovery because I appreciate you and respect you. And if you guys didn't know, Cody Rhodes appreciates and respects Randy Orton. Goodness gracious, it's the same promo every single week. And then after that garbage promo, which is not even a promo, he just goes out there and basically says, hey, Randy Orton, I appreciate you, I respect you, I like you, bro. Thanks, man. And then what happens next? Solo Sikoa. And then Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. These two jobbers, these morons. Austin Theory has done nothing in his career so far, and I mean nothing. He will be out of the company within a year or two, because if they don't figure out how to use this dude, he's going to be gone. He has no purpose anymore. Grayson Waller's a joke. His gear is terrible in the ring, and they come out here and cut a mid-promo too, and basically talk to Cody Rhodes, and then beat the crap out of him, but then some no-name on the sideline hands this dude a chair, and then all of a sudden, boom, that's it, Cody fights back, because you're babyface. You're leader of the company. You know Cody Rhodes is not the leader or the best talent in the company when the announcers and everyone else has to constantly tell you that he's the face of the company. When Roman Reigns was the champion for 4 or 5 years, no one was saying constantly, Roman Reigns, the face of the company. Roman Reigns is the face of the company. Roman Reigns, the WWE champion. Roman Reigns is the face of the company. They never made a freaking video edit of him the night he won the title with a whole 4-minute montage of his career because they didn't suck up back then. But now that Cody's champion and they know he's a jobber and not a great champion, they have to figure out a way to promote him up, right? Because he's not a main eventer. He's a mid-carder at best. So they have to make him seem like he's something. So they have to keep reminding you, Wade Barrett and Michael Cole, these meat writers, have to keep on telling you, the face of the company, Cody Rhodes, the head of the company, the WWE champion, because they know he's not the best player in the company. He's not the best competitor in the company. He's not. Roman Reigns is better. Rollins is better. McIntyre is better. The Rock is better. Honestly, Logan Paul is way better. Speaking of Logan Paul cut one of, if not the best promo of his career, and the best promo I've seen on SmackDown since Roman and The Rock were on SmackDown weekly leading up to Mania, bro. He's incredible. This dude takes 2-month breaks, comes back after filming a video with Mr. Beast, and cuts a perfect promo. Perfect. It cut deep. It was hilarious. It was entertaining. It cut LA Knight deep. He said LA Knight is a 40-year-old spray tanning rock wannabe. You also had the part where he was talking about LA Knight's been trying his whole career in the ring and hasn't done anything in 20 years. Logan Paul is taking shots, guys. He's showing intensity. He's fighting back. Cody Rhodes has never cut a promo on the level of what Logan Paul did tonight. Never. And at least LA Knight, even though he did get outclassed in his promo, he fought back and gave a serviceable performance. It was a solid promo by LA Knight. Wasn't great, but it was solid. You know what I mean? No one else has the potential to do that right now on this roster besides Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Rollins, maybe CM Punk when he actually shows up to work, and The Rock. That's it. You know what I mean? Gunther just cut a good promo, but guess who isn't cutting a good promo? Damian Priest. Guess who isn't cutting a good promo? Cody Rhodes. It's ridiculous, man. I'll get back to Cody Rhodes in a second, but I need to talk about this Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes match, which behind the Logan Paul and LA Knight segment, which was easily the best part of the night and probably the best thing that's happened on SmackDown within the last 2 or 3 months. This match between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes was absolutely incredible. The high-flying maneuvers, the counters, the reversals, the near falls, the match choreography, the fact that it actually had time to cook. As people say, it's cooking, it's cooking. Yeah, this match was actually cooking from 100% from the start to the middle to the end, bro. It was absolutely awesome. Andrade is a phenomenal wrestler. Carmelo Hayes is a phenomenal wrestler. And eventually, they are going to hopefully get shots at doing something bigger in like a title match or something at a PLE because they are built for this, bro. They are. Carmelo Hayes has the potential to be something of like a perennial world champion. Like yearly, he could be a world champion and no one would care. That's the type of potential I see from Carmelo Hayes over the next like 2 or 3 years. He's going to get to that level. Same thing with Braun Breaker. And honestly, it's possible for Andrade. Andrade doesn't have a great, character or promo storyline, none of that stuff. But in terms of in-ring work specifically, he honestly, he might be one of the best in the world, bro. Not just in WWE, just in the world in general. Like, he's up there. He's incredible in that ring. A match versus, like, him and Gunther, or him and somebody else, like Logan Paul, or someone like that, Carmelo again, whoever, it would be a banger. It would be absolutely amazing, right? But that's just specific talents that actually have the ability to get something like that done. But now let's move on from that match, which was absolutely incredible, right? The best match that's happened on SmackDown in the last 3 months. Let me just reiterate that again, okay? And the match the best match that's happened on SmackDown in the last 3 months does not involve Cody Rhodes. It doesn't involve your champion, and it sure as heck doesn't involve Bayley, which her and Nia Jax had a segment tonight that was so poorly written and poorly scripted. You could tell they were reading off teleprompters, saying some generic stuff. Nia Jax said, "I'm your queen. I'm the queen of the ring. I'm your queen. I'm the queen of the ring. I'm your queen. I'm the queen of the ring." It's the same dialogue. They're reading off a script. Bayley calls Nia Jax big, reckless, and annoying or something like that, which is just a joke. Okay, it's a terrible promo. They're not saying anything that actually cuts deep like Logan Paul did. Learn to have some intensity. What happened to the days when you grow up and guys like Randy Orton, for example, would RKO Triple H and then kiss his wife? And then Triple H breaks into Randy Orton's house and beats the crap out of him. You know what I mean? Intensity. Where is that? There's no feuds anymore. There's no such thing as an actual feud in modern day professional wrestling. All it is just guys going for titles or women going for titles, and they're just looking for the title. They don't actually care about the person they're fighting. Just look at Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Those dudes have had like 4 World Heavyweight Championship matches in the last year, and nothing they've done together actually makes it feel like any type of real feud or anything. There's no beef between those dudes, and I just feel like there's too much of that, man. They need to bring back legitimate feuds. Like Bayley versus Nia Jax, I honestly don't really care about this. I only care about what's going to happen with Tiffany in that briefcase, right? Which later on in the night, Meechin and Tiffany wrestle a mid-match, and then Bayley pretty much takes the Money in the Bank briefcase and destroys it, and so Tiffany's going to get her pink Money in the Bank briefcase like we already knew was going to happen like 4 weeks ago. So that's pretty much that, right? And then what else happened tonight? Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, they do more matches with the jobber Chelsea Green, who's overrated as heck. But she pretty much goes out there, has a mid-match again. And then what else happened tonight, man? I can't even think about it because it was so garbage outside of 2 things, right? Really all you need to know about the SmackDown is this, right? Apollo, or not Apollo Crew, I was going to say Apollo! Anyways, pretty much Cody Rhodes' segment was garbage to start the show, right? Logan Paul and LA Knight cut a phenomenal promo, and then Carmelo Hayes and Andrade have a phenomenal match. And then you end off the show with Cody Rhodes, who's been looking for a mystery tag team partner all night. Who would have ever guessed it would have been Kevin Owens, man? Like, really? Everyone knew it was going to be Kevin Owens, dude. So this happens. They do their match. Cody Rhodes wrestles for like 20% of the match. Kevin Owens is in there for 80% of the match. And then at the end of it, they win. Nobody cares. The Bloodline comes out. They beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes. They leave Kevin Owens like knocked out with like a chair shot to the they put the chair around his neck and slam him against the ring post. And then that's pretty much it, right? That's done. Kevin Owens will be written off TV for another month or 2, and then he'll come back and hit a stunner, and then everybody's gonna give him a cheap pop, and then he'll go back on the injured reserve for another 3 months until WrestleMania or something like that, right? And then that's pretty much it. Cody Rhodes ends another week of SmackDown going through an announce table and on his back. It is the same episode of SmackDown television every single week. And I'm tired of, the long-term booking. Triple H is the long-term booker. He's the long-term booker. The only booker that's any good is Booker T. Okay? Triple H has done nothing good as a booker in a very, very long time. Money in the Bank was booked terribly. Backlash had multiple matches ending that made no sense the way they ended. Why is Cody Rhodes beating a legend like AJ Styles off one crossroads? Why is Tiffany Stratton randomly just getting thrown outside the ring at Backlash, and then Naomi just gets rolled up on by Bayley, and then the match is over? Then you get to Clash at the Castle, right? And King and Queen of the Ring, Randy Orton doesn't even have his shoulders on the mat, and he gets pinned. Then you get to what? Clash at the Castle, right? Drew McIntyre gets cost again in his hometown for what? For what? To aid a feud that was already piping hot. Then you get to Money in the Bank. Drew McIntyre wastes the Money in the Bank briefcase to aid a feud that was already good. So none of the booking in the last 2 or 3 months has been any good on the main event level. Maybe the booking's been good for some bum behind mid-carder like Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green! If you're a dude and you actually mimic that, you're a loser. Okay, wake up. Whatever announcer did that a couple weeks ago, you're a loser. Then you also have, Who else? What else, man? Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. The booking for the main event people have been terrible. Cody Rhodes has done nothing. Damian Priest promos are terrible. They're basically, all those two champions do is just go out there and remind you that they're champions. That's all their promos are, right? And that's why we consistently sit here and we have no feeling of any main eventer being on this show on SmackDown. And that's why every episode is pretty much garbage. And you can already predict it's going to be garbage from the very beginning. So we have a bad episode. I mean, once again, I'm not surprised, right? Because SmackDown is now the B show. When Roman Reigns was the champion, you notice how SmackDown was always the A show. They literally moved the WWE Championship and like the US Championship to SmackDown. And when Gunther was doing his Intercontinental reign for like the first part of it, he was on SmackDown. Because SmackDown used to be where stars were, the superstars. You know, your Logan Pauls, your Gunthers, your Roman Reigns were there. The Bloodline was there, right? When The Rock came back this year, he went to SmackDown first. You know what I mean? SmackDown is and was the A show for the last like 7 years, mainly because Roman Reigns came over there, right? And that's what made it the best show on the planet in terms of professional wrestling. It was always the best show. But, of course, as soon as Roman Reigns disappears, and as soon as The Rock goes away, SmackDown now means nothing with Cody Rhodes as your champion. It's a nothing show. It's literally nothing. Raw is filler garbage for the most part, right? But at least you have attractions to watch that show, like main event Jey Uso, Gunther. You know, I'm not a big Rhea Ripley fan, but, you know, people love Rhea Ripley. People love Liv Morgan. People love Dominic Mysterio. You know what I mean? Zelina Vega cuts good promos and is talented in the ring most of the time. I mean, her match versus Elektra Lopez was garbage, but anyways, you know what I mean? You have talent. But SmackDown is a nothing and a pointless show, and the main champions on the show are garbage. They can't cut promos, they don't really wrestle ever, and when they do wrestle, it's mediocre, pointless matches that are throwaways. So, that's my review for SmackDown. It's terrible, it's garbage, it's going to continue to suck until something changes with Cody Rhodes. Get out of here.